guys? This is Video Game Chase Crew. We're going to be talking about specifically the PlayStation 1 and what games made it one of the best systems of all time. This is not going to be a number top 10 list because we all have different opinions on that.
Yes, we do.
So we just wanted to have a conversation about what games do we think were pivotal in that system's lifetime. So with that being said, let's go.
Let's go. All right, so I remember playing back then on the PS1, and one of the games I think we all could probably agree on was Tony Hawk 2 on the PS1.
Yes, sir.
You guys' thoughts? What did you think about back then?
The soundtrack, right?
Okay.
That soundtrack was hot back then.
The soundtrack was bumping. I do remember that. You know what I'm saying? I like the fact that the tricks and the high scores that you can get off that game was pretty cool. Being able to ride on like what you call like thing like the downstairs like little
the railings.
Railings.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was pretty cool to get a trick, or up the little the little we call them things too, like the little high jump risers. I forgot what that was called. Yeah, right. Help me out, Doc. You see me doing my hands like this.
I didn't watch any X Games. Okay.
Hey, back in the hood, we didn't have no ramps.
We had no
we didn't have no skateboards. You know what I'm saying? We was like to get some doggone rollerblades. You know what I'm saying? Or some wheels. You know what I'm saying? Some Hot Wheels carts. You know what I'm saying? So
was it Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2? Was that the one that had the cheat to get Spider-Man in the game? Was it?
I think so. Was it? I believe it was.
Man, I remember seeing Spider-Man and Tony Hawk just flipping around, doing some heel flips, kick flips, and I was like, yo, this thing's dope.
That might be.
I think it was 2, right? Was it 2?
Yeah, I think so.
If only the remake had that same character in it, but of course, licensing. But
I'm great you brought that up. While we on that subject, so did you play the remake on the?
Yeah,
PS1?
I bought it day one.
Okay, how was that? Because I didn't get it yet.
Smooth, man. It looks like how I remember the game looking back in the past. In my head, you know how things look better in your head than they were actually.
Right.
It looks just as how I imagined. It's a beautiful looking game. Solid. Everything's real smooth. Yeah. I loved it. It's a nice little time killer between games because it's not like there's like a story mode or anything.
Facts.
Just go bust out some combos and get better, you know?
Nice.
So it's good.
Nice. Okay. So this is another one that I'm pretty sure the fellas don't know too much about, but for me, I feel like it's the greatest hits / hidden gem on the PS1, and that's Rollcage. Rollcage is basically like this. It's in the realm of not as good, but it's in the realm of like a Mario Kart racer where you could like go through these little orbs and you get weapons, and your vehicle could go up to like 300 to 500 miles per hour during a race. And I'm pretty sure it was like a 3 to 4 no, so it was a 4-car game. And you basically could drive and you can go through like tunnels and your car will flip over. Also, they remade the game for the PS4 and the Nintendo Switch and changed the name to Grip. And how it got to that was a lot of people loved the game back then, that they put out Rollcage 1 and Rollcage 2. But there was like some kind of what do you call them things, like people raise money.
Copyright.
No, people raise money for stuff.
Fundraiser?
Like a Kickstarter?
Like a Kickstarter,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
So it was a Kickstarter,
right?
I thought you were
right? So it was like one of them Kickstarter type things that they was raising because a lot of people loved that game back then, Rollcage, and they wanted to bring it back. So they brought it back and they changed the name from Rollcage to Grip. And if you haven't checked that game out, trust me, especially like with the newer version with the better graphics for the PS4 and Switch, was definitely something I feel like you want to check out this for graphics sake because your eyes may not be able to adjust as well. But for just pure history and just the experience of knowing where it came from to now, I would say if you see a Rollcage at your local retro video game store, definitely check it out.
No doubt.
That's that. So,
I'm looking at that too.
You said what?
I'm looking at that too.
Yeah, Rollcage,
Yeah,
I'm telling you.
I never heard of that one. That was a new one for me.
Right.
You mentioned
Okay.
Mario
No,
Kart.
no.
And this is another thing too. So how I came across, I didn't hear what he said. I knew it was something slick though. Anywho, and it's funny how I ended up getting to that game because I didn't grow up with Rollcage either. But how I came across it was when I was for any system when I'm like trying to find what games was great back then. A lot of us was 7, 5, 4, some years old, and we weren't old enough to know what a lot of the great games were unless our friends at their house, if they had the game, then we kind of like, oh,
Got these
that's
magazines
cool.
back then, right?
Right, I'm just like, oh, that's a
Some
cool
tricks.
game. Yeah, but if you didn't have like, if that friend had a game, you never played it or you could have missed it. You know what I mean? So that's why I feel like Rollcage was about. But I used to watch these videos like the top 100 PS1 games of all time on YouTube, and I would sit there and like just watch them, and I was like, okay, you know, oh, this looks different, and that's what happened with Rollcage. I was like, this game, like it could be hella fun, and I bought it, and it was. You know what I'm saying?
So you said it was in the same realm as Mario Kart?
I said not as good. See, it's always
Okay,
got to be a
I'm just
smart
making sure.
ASS
I'm
that will
making
go
sure.
there. I didn't say not as good. I just say it was kind of a kart racer.
Man, I
That's what
didn't say
said.
that. I just said, I just wanted to know.
Y'all already know my history with this dude. That's why. If you know he's talking, you know just to skip past that section of the video because he's gonna say something that's gonna sound out of his mind. Anywho, another game that I remember that was pretty good too, and I'm pretty sure you guys probably can speak on this more.
Sure.
Is Final Fantasy IX. What was your take on it back then and now? Does it still hold up, now? I don't know if you ever played it.
Yeah, nah, I haven't.
Yeah,
That's all him.
Final Fantasy IX was the definitive Final Fantasy on the PlayStation 1. A lot of people think of 7, which is arguably one of the greatest games of all time, but I think 9 pretty much brought back everything I loved about Final Fantasy. 7 was more of a sci-fi, and then 9 brought it back to that fantasy feel they're known for in the older games.
I agree.
For this, the best character in Final Fantasy, Vivi, my guy. We'll talk about him later. But yeah, it was about I would say about 50-hour game. If you go through the main story, probably a little bit more than that if you're doing all the side quests. But I think this game was their true vision of what they wanted Final Fantasy to be. Awesome story too. The main character is pretty smooth too. I used to think he was a Saiyan because he had a monkey tail, but his name was Zidane. So I was always telling my friends, yeah, I'm playing a version of Dragon Ball. They ain't even know what it was, and then I told them it was Final Fantasy. but yeah, I honestly do believe that's one of the best games Square ever made.
To piggyback on that one too, I didn't get as far in it as he had. Or did you ever complete it?
Of course I did. Yes.
Okay, so I never got nowhere near as far with that game. But the little 30 minutes to an hour that I did put into Final Fantasy IX, I actually did enjoy the game because I remember playing 7, and we'll get to that. But when I played 7, and this is gonna surprise a lot of people, but I got pissed. I played like the first 5-10 minutes of 7, and we had a conversation about this. But I played it, and it was like, I guess it was a time going down or something. Yeah, and I was like, what the hell? So I'm playing the game, and the time was going down. I'm like, whoa. And he told me, like, all you had to do is retrace your steps. But I didn't remember what the hell my steps were.
They told you to run.
Well, Anywho, the point was I was playing the game and I'm like, the time was going down. I'm like, dang, what the heck? Where do I go? So I'm like trying to figure the crap out. And I end up getting blew up on the spaceship or something. I forgot.
The Mako facility.
The Mako facility.
Yeah, so I ended up getting blew up, and after that, I was like, yeah, I'm not about to
So
start
how
this
long
game
did
over.
you say you played Final Fantasy 9?
7, you mean?
7.
Oh, 7. You spent 10 minutes.
Maybe like 10, 15 minutes.
And then how long did you spend with 9?
At least about like 30 minutes to an hour. It was,
30 minutes
So
or
you
an
made
hour.
it. So you made it about 50 more minutes.
He didn't even get to play the prologue, man. Like,
but like I said, 7
progress.
7, they was already trying to kill me as soon as I started the damn game. So I was like, where'd it go? You know what I mean? Like I panicked. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, it kept my attention in that regard, but at the same token, it was like, yeah, I'll get back to this at some point. I just never did.
I can dig it.
So yeah, so you didn't really play 9 at all?
no, I did not play. I did not.
I mean,
play.
I know it was a big game, but nah, I never played it.
Yeah.
I don't think I like that category game.
Can you put the
It's
camera
like
back on me,
RPG.
please?
Yeah, I don't play that.
The only cool one right now.
This is why we always skip from him on for that reason right there. So another one, which I feel like is another great one, is Tekken 3 on the PS1. We did talk about this in the top 10s. Check one of our previous episodes. I love the beach ball mini game on there. To me,
the beach ball was dope.
Yeah,
For sure. I like the beach ball.
Dang, everybody played that with me.
The only thing when you say beach ball, I'm thinking like DOA beach ball. I don't know what you guys are talking
yeah,
about.
there was like a mode on.
Yeah, you might be right. I'm thinking of DOA.
Wow. That's crazy, right?
I'm thinking of DOA.
Well, for the ones who don't know, we're gonna put them on a little bit. So there was a beach ball mode in Tekken 3, and all I remember about it was like 2 guys fighting, and you basically was trying to hit the ball to the other person, and if it fell on, I guess on your side,
Yeah, you take damage.
then you would take damage.
Yeah.
Final round. Fight.
Basically, so it was like a mini game, I guess.
Yeah.
So
And
it
then
sounds like DOA beach ball was better.
Yeah, it was.
Cause
I don't remember what DOA beach ball.
DOA beach ball was better for many
extreme
reasons.
beach
Yeah,
volleyball.
Y'all remember that episode too? Go back and watch the
Used to
episode.
go to Blockbuster when DOA beach volleyball. Look at that again.
We talked about that in one of the episodes. Go back and watch it. You know what we're talking about. Anywho, that just messed me up right there.
Yeah, another question, another video. We'll
Right.
talk about that later.
No, hold on. But it was nothing I wanted to mention too about that Tekken 3. So there was another like mini game feature on it that we talked about in the top 10. But it was like, I guess when one of the guys was playing, like it was like a beat 'em up.
Tekken Force.
Tekken Force.
Yep.
So that's another reason to get Tekken 3. If you don't have it, it had like 2 mini games that was pretty cool too. So for that.
Yes, sir.
Another one I want to mention, I'm pretty sure you might be able to relate a little bit with this one, was Gran Turismo 2. Everybody liked Gran Turismo 2 for the cars back then. Maybe
Like,
maybe
nah,
not.
Test drive.
Y'all really like Gran Turismo 2?
Nah.
Everybody was on Gran Turismo 2 back then.
Did you like more like the arcade racers? Because like the thing with Gran Turismo is a simulation
It was
racer.
a simulation racing.
I like the arcade racers more.
Okay.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure.
Like Midnight Club, you know what I mean? I mean that's
Yeah,
not on the
yeah.
PS1, but I preferred arcade racers over the simulated one, with the exception of Forza. Forza is good. But
Didn't they have one game on the PS1 that was supposed to be like a rival to Mario Kart? I know it was one of the
like Crash Bandicoot.
Yeah. Didn't he have like a racing game?
He did.
Was that any good?
It was.
I don't know.
Actually, you know what's so crazy? That should be our honorable mention because I forgot to mention that one. Crash Bandicoot Racing, I think it was like CTR or something. Yeah, I mean, it had a dope story mode, dude. Like, way better than Mario Kart. Not to say that it's better than Mario Kart.
Well, Mario Kart doesn't have a story mode.
Well, I'm just saying.
So it can be. It can be better than it. In that
I mean, it can, but you know how people be in them comments like, "What? Really? You saying that's better than Mario?" Right.
How dare you?
Doubt your credibility.
Right. You're not too sure.
How dare you?
Right.
But
that's definitely a hot take right there.
Right. But I'm telling you, like that game though, the story mode was cold. I actually enjoyed it on the PS1. I never finished it, but I got pretty far within that game. I'm trying to think, was there another one that we talking about?
Well, since we talking about honorable mentions
already,
let's get through the list.
Let's get through the list. Okay. Anywho, we'll stick with the list.
Just put a pin on that one. Put a pin on that one.
Right, because we wasn't Gran Turismo. We didn't talk too much about Gran Turismo. We split off.
Because I don't think none of us played it.
You don't play Gran Turismo?
Nah,
I didn't like it. It wasn't my cup of tea.
Nah.
Was it yours?
Gran
Ain't
Turismo.
his.
Well, you know what?
Oh
I
my
had.
God,
Was it? Then why didn't you say
right
anything?
in the heart. I thought y'all.
Dude, I had uncles, man, that was crazy about.
Pretty much Gran Turismo.
Same with the cameraman. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had uncles that love playing the game.
That is true to anyone who loves cars. Like,
right.
I did not like those type of racing games at all. Like, if it wasn't Mario Kart 64,
right.
we was not playing it. Mm-hmm. But it was something like
different about it.
It was something like classy about it. Like
the menu music was dope. I like
dope.
that.
Yeah, the versus menu music was incredible. It was something classy about how they showed they love for cars, and it made you want to like get better as a racer. Because when I was playing it, you can make your car as pretty much as fast.
Yeah, you can mod it.
As you yeah. But it was like you look dumb because you're winning a race, but you hitting everything. So I have to use patience to just be like, okay, let me get better as a driver, and I had to like trash my car that was super fast. It was just it was too quick for the streets, but I needed it to like get to where I needed it to be for certain races. But it makes you be a better driver.
Well, I think that's the point of the game. You know what I'm saying? You got different type of races you gonna race. You know what I mean? Different cars with different type of, you know what I'm saying, races, different builds. I think it's more those type of games they gear more towards, like you said, the people who got a love for cars. And you know what I'm saying? Yep. I like those a lot better than Mario Karts.
Cause I just like
yeah, wow, boy.
Nice setup right there.
So that was Gran Turismo 2. So while we on that subject a little bit, this might be a little off of it, but another great game too, and I don't know a whole lot about it, but I remember like the reviews on it was pretty good. Was Driver 2, and maybe you can speak a little bit about that. Mr. Incredible.
I'm a little biased for Driver 2 because it's based in Chicago. Where are we from? Chicago. Not many cities, you know. I guess Watch Dogs had Chicago in it.
Facts.
Jones here. We got ourselves some action. I found our witness, and he's real jumpy. Getting ready to make a move. Get your butt over here before he blows.
But it was Grand Theft Auto before Grand Theft Auto became Grand Theft Auto 3. You know what I mean? It was, you were first able to step out your car in Driver 2. I mean, you weren't getting nowhere, but you're able to get out the car. Very pixelated box. You know, graphics were at the time cutting edge. You know, but it was just I loved the game. It was just a nice game to play through. I had no complaints about it, but again, I'm a little biased because again, I was able to see like city neighborhoods that I grew up in, you know, and landmarks that I recognize. So I'm always gonna think it's a little better than probably most people think it was. But I loved it. So
Yeah,
Nice.
no doubt.
Dope game.
No doubt about it.
Okay, so another one I want to mention now. This one I'm getting ready to mention. I remember back then it probably was in most people's definitely top 10 PS1 games of all time. It made our list, but it's definitely not my favorite because of when you played it, you had to kind of like the espionage. You know, you had to be like, you know, trying to hide behind stuff. And this game is Metal Gear Solid.
No one but you will be able to hear it. Got it. Okay, I'm ready to go.
It wasn't his favorite. That's like
not my favorite.
I wouldn't expect it to be though.
Okay, first of all, we need to correct something really fast.
It's my favorite. It's okay.
You don't have to do that intro over.
Exactly.
Intro.
Come on.
Before you did for this game, let's start.
Yeah, do
First
that.
of all,
The
the best stealth game ever handmade by a human being, Metal Gear Solid. It was beautiful. Now,
hold on. That was just my opinion. I didn't enjoy. I didn't say it wasn't a great game. They list.
I'd say the best stealth game for PS1.
Thank you, sir.
Not ever made.
Right, there you go.
Thank you, my
Splinter
brother.
Cell.
My brother went to
I'm glad he helped him out with that.
that game. I'm not gonna lie to you. You were right in some aspects.
I didn't say it was my favorite. I didn't say it was
No.
the greatest game for the
You
PS1.
right, but
This
how
was my
the
favorite.
sneaking around, I didn't like that either.
Yeah,
I got
me neither.
killed all the time.
Yeah.
Like I just ran up to people because I'm thinking it's 007. I got a gun and I got they turned me into a honeycomb, bro. As soon as I came around the corner, it's like Denzel on Training Day. But it was a fun game, man. Like that game really tested your patience, the way you approach games. That was the first game where it was like I had to think a different way from any other game I ever played when you touch
Very
that.
tactical.
Yeah, for sure.
And then the main character, like Snake, like lightning in a bottle, bro. Like that
So dope.
character was
the voice
was
actor,
dope.
the everything about it, the way he's written, so good. Like you rooted for this guy. He was like an '80s action movie star. Well, actually, he was based on Kurt Russell. Snake Plissken. He was based on Snake Plissken from the Kurt Russell movie.
Okay.
Back in like what was it called? Escape from LA.
Okay.
That's what he was based on, and Hideo Kojima, man, just killing it with that. But
Dang, they got that from Escape.
yeah, you ever looked at?
There ain't that many similarities. They
Both rocking the whole
That's
ass
Like,
with the head.
what are you talking about?
Just
No,
like
I'm
him.
just talking about like how the sneaky part of
Oh,
it. I
yeah,
wonder
that-
how they took that and made Snake.
And even then, like what in Snake Plissken is like the name of him, and Metal Gear Solid 2 that's his, like his alias.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it was definitely like a homage to Escape from LA.
Yeah, Snake is a god.
But there's another thing too. There's another reason. Probably another reason why I probably didn't care for it too much was the top-down view of the game. Just in my opinion, they're like I don't like too many top view games.
You just
At
bought
all.
Zelda.
Which one is Zelda? What? Which one's
Zelda, the Link's Awakening. That's the top.
That's
down.
top down.
Okay, but I didn't like that game. Zelda in that game is definitely different.
Yeah, you're not sneaking around in Zelda.
You're right. You're not sticking around in
There
Zelda.
was some sneaky parts in Zelda, ain't it?
No,
probably not that game.
Zelda has a
Ocarina
sword
of
and a
Time had a little
shield.
sneaky thing. But
He sneaks. Okay.
anyways,
We'll
Metal Gear
talk
Solid.
Anywho, Zelda in that game was totally different, two different games. But yeah, so that's kind of reason. But like I said, I believe it was a great game for that time. But this wasn't my cup of tea. But yeah, so that's Metal Gear Solid. Also too, which is another great one. This is probably one of the easiest games on the PS1, and I will say it is definitely one of my favorites. Spyro, the Purple Dragon. I remember my cousin Ronald. I'm not gonna say his last name, but my cousin Ronald, you know who you is. I know you be watching this. He had a PS1 in the family, and came over to hang out with us, with me and my brothers. And I remember when Blockbuster was still Blockbuster.
Man, Blockbuster
you know.
was king, man. I used to love that.
Rest
dude,
in peace, man.
yeah, we rented VHS movies, man, and this dude came over with this PS1 system, and Spyro. I'm like, what the heck is Spyro? You know what I'm saying? So he put it in. I seen him playing. I'm like, man, this game is pretty cool. And even though we didn't have a system back then, after years and years and years of like gaming, I got a chance to play it, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
And I'm not gonna lie to you, the theme song used to get me hyped. The little piano theme song, bro. I was all in when I heard that. I was all in, and then they could talk too.
Right.
Like, not a lot of platformers except for like Crash, but Crash didn't talk. His sister spoke, right? Everybody but Crash.
We gonna get into him. We gonna get into him.
But yeah, we definitely getting to Crash.
Just pivot into that one.
Yeah, but also too with that, there was 3 Spyro games: Rift of Rage, Spyro, and then I forgot
Year of the Dragon.
Year of the Dragon, which I believe was probably the third
one of them.
Yeah. Spyro was cold. I'm like, I didn't see, and then like I said, it's probably one of the easiest PS1 games to play.
Next to
in my opinion.
Bandicoot.
Right.
Crash Bandicoot was pretty hard, man.
Yeah, no, Crash Bandicoot was a little bit hard compared to Spyro.
Yeah.
Spyro was like
a
a cakewalk compared to Crash, but
I didn't remember them being easy games.
Spyro
wasn't
was
that easy. It was easy, but it went. That's why I say next to Crash. Crash was a little
harder,
harder.
'cause
it was harder.
Yeah.
And plus, the screen was coming towards you.
Yeah.
But
I ain't gonna lie.
I said this. You died in Spyro, really?
Yeah.
I died a lot in Spyro. I'm about to say, man,
I'm playing the remake and I still haven't finished it yet, bro. Like this.
Gaming.
I got the remake too.
Man.
The game is that can't beat Metal Gear Solid.
I just said I couldn't beat it. I never really got into it.
I know because it was giving you the flux.
See, we get to visit a little bit of camera and see what happens. Tune it back over here to the crew. Anywho. So yeah, that was that with Spyro. Also too, which is another great game, Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Let me just pivot that over here to me.
Yeah, pivot over here to Incredible.
So there's not many games that when you release it, it just births a whole genre in itself,
Thanks.
And that was just one of those games where it released, people were just hooked on it. Like, it didn't have the best voice acting because
Back then.
This is back then,
right.
Localizations and everything, it was kind of rough. But man, the gameplay, the exploration, it was just so. I mean, you see it. Everyone emulates it. It's one of those like pivotal games in the lifespan of the PlayStation 1.
Yeah,
it made a lasting difference in the gaming industry as a whole.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're playing as Alucard, you're going through it, and you're just exploring the castle. You're going getting all these power ups. You're improving yourself as a character, and you just never got old to me. I have it on my phone. I have it on PlayStation. I have it on everything that I can have it on because it's always such a good game to play.
That game made me go back to Super Metroid on the Super Nintendo because I wanted to play another Metroid game. And then a recent game that I'm in love with that Symphony of the Night helped with that.
Ori?
That and Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hollow Knight is insane. And I think it takes a lot from that game. Yeah. Hollow Knight is amazing, but Symphony of the Night, Castlevania.
Symphony.
It did what it did.
On that note, Konami, you need to just do the smart thing. Just sell yourself to Sony, man. Like,
right.
You ain't doing nothing with Castlevania.
Thanks.
Just sell it to Sony. Let them do some magic to it. And they need something to combat the Activision Blizzard
very
buy
true.
from Microsoft.
And also too, also too, Castlevania is, I remember seeing this, I think like on a review or something, but when you play the game and you get to the end, the whole game will like flip upside down and you play like the level like backwards.
Like a mirror?
Yeah, like a mirror. And that was a pretty dope feature.
Get some little light to it?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I did buy the game, I played it, very dope game. And that's one of those games too that's like, when I bought it, it was like $60-70, and now the value of that is just skyrocketing. It's going up. Yeah. So it's just one of those games that, because it was such a classic, in my opinion, I feel like it's probably one of the top 100 games of all time.
Oh,
I think I can say that we all would agree that it's probably one of the top 100 games, because it just, for what it did for the gaming culture, and it's still talked about to this day. It's not how many like Castlevania games is always being mentioned. It's like that's the number one of Castlevania games. It's always mentioned in a conversation. So definitely a classic for sure. And then I think probably last but not least, did we talk about and this probably would be an honorable mention, but we'll get to that in a second. And I want to say this one last, but I'm gonna go ahead and give this flowers right now. This is my favorite PS1 game of all time. It's Crash Bandicoot. Two and three. I love.
Said it so like thematically, like oh yeah, this is the moment.
Hey,
it is a moment.
Crash Bandicoot.
To be 100%.
Crash 2 is my favorite, but all three of them.
To be 100% honest with you.
You about to say something I don't like? Watch this. I know, but that face that you about to make about to be something I don't like. Go ahead and say it. What you about to say?
I don't like Crash.
No, see?
I don't like Crash.
So
I don't.
So what do you like about it? What do you like about it?
The gameplay is phenomenal. The character though, like
what? The character?
The character. I don't like.
Are you serious, Crash?
I don't like. What is he? I know
Bandicoot.
It's a
Bandicoot. But why?
Crash
Like
Bandicoot.
I don't. No, but I'm just saying, like he got that huge mouth. He looked like a block with arms and some shorts.
You gotta look at when that character came out. A lot of those, everybody was trying to make their own mascot, right?
Right.
You had Sonic the Hedgehog, you had Mario, you had Crash Bandicoot, Spyro the Dragon.
Yeah.
Who else was it?
Hey, well, Halo was much towards,
Well, I mean, like everyone's trying to do like this animalistic, like cutesy, kid-friendly
Mario
mascots.
was for N64.
Donkey Kong.
I don't see the appeal. Like Sonic has the speed.
Sonic's
Mario,
cool. I love Sonic.
Mario design to me still to this day is ridiculous, but he's still Mario. Like, and then you got Spyro, which he's a dragon. His design is dope. Mm-hmm. Then you got Crash. It looked like somebody took a block, slapped 2 gloves on it and some Converse, and then said, "Here go the carrot."
I knew it was gonna be something I didn't like.
I can't wait to see the comments on this video.
Right.
I can't wait.
I want a
about
comment.
to light him up in the comments.
I want
again.
a comment to convince me that he is dope. Please.
How many games
does he even talk?
Huh?
How many,
Hold on. First off, I'm just so glad he said that. He needs somebody to convince him that it's dope. Well, let me see.
Challenge accepted, subscribers.
Right. Apparently, the gaming community thinks that Crash Bandicoot is dope. We just got a few years ago the Insane trilogy. They brought back out. Matter of fact, before we even go there, they had Crash on the PS2. I can't think of what the green code was. Anywho, they put out Crash for the PS2, and they had the Insane trilogy a few years back on the PS4, as well as they brought him back yet again because he was such a classic, and the games were selling so great. Crash Bandicoot 4. So apparently, somebody.
Yeah, they had to skip a couple of systems before they brought him back. That didn't happen to Mario. It didn't happen to Sonic. Matter of fact, hell, it didn't happen to Bomberman. So
I don't know, man. Sonic, well, I missed a couple games. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
yes.
First off, I love Sonic.
First off, Sonic ain't had a hit since Sonic 2. I'm not gonna lie. I'm out paying a hit.
He stood the Sonic generation.
But he got a good ass movie.
I said a hit.
I'll give him
Sonic
that.
Generation
He made a great movie.
was good, but it wasn't a hit.
It was a hit.
Not on the same level as Sonic 2 though. But not on the same level as Sonic 2.
All I know is that
it was good. Don't get me wrong, but Sonic Generations on the same level as Sonic 2.
I mean, it had the best of everything. It had the 2D and the 3D.
I got it. It was good.
I loved it.
But I mean,
I still play it sometimes.
It's debatable. It's debatable.
Nah, it was dope.
Yeah. You're the only one debating this. Like, it was a dope game.
No, I said it was dope, but I don't think you said it was
debatable.
Better than 2.
Well, I mean, it was right. I'm saying it's not better than Sonic 2. It's not better than Sonic 2.
Wait a minute. Which Sonic 2 what? Like the old?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, okay. Yeah, nothing's better.
That's
than
what
that.
I'm saying.
I think
That's my debate.
Sonic Mania. Well, we're not even talking about Sega games right now. We're talking about PlayStation, but Sonic Mania beats that in terms of everything over there.
Which one?
Sonic Mania, the new one that came out with.
You said it beats what?
Beats all those retro Sonic games.
Sonic
Mania was good.
too?
Sonic Mania was fire, bro.
Yes.
It had like, dude.
You know how,
if you haven't played it,
no, I played it.
It was. If you love Sonic 2, you're gonna love Sonic Mania, and
Yeah.
you love it even more because they had all the extra features, like the spin dash, was the one you jumped on rope.
Yes.
Anyways, it was
everybody
just a
got a
game.
signature move. What is what's Crash signature move?
His signature move. I don't know.
What does he do?
He
Exactly.
spins.
My
He spins
point.
and jumps on a box. He spins.
He got the mask, man. He got the what is his
Right,
name?
like the little Taku mask. Yeah.
Oh, so he do Booker T spinneroonie.
He do got the mask, man. He got a little voodoo guy.
He does the Booker T spinneroonie, right? That's what y'all telling me. That's the
that
best
works.
he got.
Zoom into my face to see if I really care about what he's talking about. Zoom in real quick to my face. Don't care nothing about what he's talking about right now.
Spinneroonie, that's the best he got.
This man talking about some
double
Crash Bandicoot
tornado.
is doing a damn spinner. Crash Bandicoot ain't doing no damn spinneroonie on the beach in the sand, okay?
Might as well. Okay, I'm just playing.
You like a spinneroonie right now.
I mean, there wasn't no other characters on Crash Bandicoot. It was just him. So
For the most part, yeah.
I mean,
until what, 2 or 3, then the
And
sister was
then
in the
he
dog.
like
Little tiger
fighting
thing.
a professor or something like
Yeah.
that.
Mm-hmm.
So Dr. Robotnik's little cousin, they threw him in a game.
Dr. Robotnik.
They could be related. It could have been related.
Anywho,
I
so
never even thought about it.
so
All those even science
as we
experiments.
wrap this up, any honorable mentions for the PS1?
Yeah,
that we did mention.
What are the best 5 PlayStation 1 games? Think about it. Final Fantasy.
Your list sucks.
Oh,
Your list sucks.
he's getting back into his top.
I don't know
10.
why we give him the camera time anymore. We're just gonna start this, putting him in the back of any episode we do, and just tie his mouth up. Anywho. any honorable mentions for the PS1 that you can think of? Any that we missed? I would say this, and I don't think it was exclusive, but I did like Mortal Kombat Trilogy on the PS1.
I mean, we didn't talk about Resident Evil on the PS1 because like, you got
We
Resident
did.
2.
That's a
You
good
got
honorable mention.
Parasite Eve on the PS1.
That's how I
Dino
meant to mention
Crisis.
Dino Crisis.
All those
Parasite
games
Eve.
that were so good.
Y'all said Mortal Kombat Trilogy?
I like Mortal Kombat Trilogy on the PS1.
Each your own, everything different strokes,
Anywho,
different.
I think another honorable mention too was, even though it was hard, was the Mortal Kombat Sub-Zero Mythologies, which was one of the hardest games in the Mortal Kombat franchise.
Yeah, it was
I'm
hard
interested.
because it was,
Who else
it was
in
trash.
that watches the videos gonna even remember like Sub-Zero Mythologies? Because like that was a niche game.
I remember that.
Not a lot of
It was
people
hard.
remember it. So if you remember it, go ahead and give us a like. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Commented
it
in
was
the
hard.
bottom.
we didn't mention Twisted Metal.
What? Twisted Metal.
Thank
Metal.
you. I
That's
was
a
waiting
great.
for
That's
that.
a great honorable mention.
Yeah.
I think Twisted Metal 2, in my opinion, was
Just my two
is the
Nah,
best.
for sure.
I want to throw
for sure.
something out. Legend of Dragoon,
Vagrant Story.
Okay.
Vagrant Story,
Dope.
Musashi
Cross.
Samurai Legend.
That was PS2, wasn't it?
No,
No.
what was his Musashi? What was the one on
PS1.
Brave Fencer?
Brave Fencer.
Musashi. Yeah. I don't know why we acting like Final Fantasy 7 don't exist, but Final Fantasy 7.
Did we mention Final Fantasy 7?
9.
We mentioned 9, but I mean it's kind of like a staple.
Yeah.
Everyone knows.
Final Fantasy 7.
You
though,
watching this channel, you know about Final Fantasy 7 already.
It's definitely our greatest hits. It's definitely our greatest hits, even though we didn't mention that. But yeah. Final Fantasy 7.
There was one more. I think one pivotal we're missing.
I mean, Tenchu.
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 Ninjas.
Thank you.
Yeah, for
Thank
sure.
you.
That was another great one.
Cameraman.
Honorable mention.
Oh,
Tenchu.
the
Definitely
Mega
great.
Man X.
Oh,
Six.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Mega Man X.
What was it? X4,
Definitely.
5,
5,
6?
6.
Yep.
Those are good. Man,
Very
I used to
good.
put the cheats in there. Give me the Giga Armor quick. Like.
Yeah.
Them games was hard. They caused a lot of frustration. Also made me, it hurt my self-confidence as a child because I couldn't beat that game.
That's why you got cheats. You gotta go to Tips and Tricks, last pages. Go over there.
My pride my pride wouldn't let me cheat, man.
Oh, I cheated all my time. I got the patience
bro.
of a kid at that point.
What
I
was it?
cheating
Cheat
my ass
Code
off.
Central?
Cheat Code Central. Cheat
Cheat
Code
Codes.
Cheat CC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Did the Game
yeah.
Shark work for the PS1?
I'm sure they had a Game Shark.
Yeah, I think they did.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I know that was like expensive that we couldn't get it. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like I was like I couldn't
Facts.
justify that to my parents. They'd be like, "You gotta get one of these."
Oh, another thing too. I know we just talking about the games, but one other thing I loved about the PS1 too was the PS1 LCD screen. I don't know if y'all remember that, but it was like
Yeah, I
a
remember.
detachable
The PSX came out.
that you could like tighten up with a penny and put it towards the back of the system, and then you can plug it up to like to your wall, or either to like it's like a car adapter, and you can play PS1 games on your PlayStation 1 on a small LCD screen. And I actually did that a few years back.
That was
when I at
another
work.
one. My parents wanted.
Oh, not to interrupt. Another honorable mention. I'm so crazy we didn't mention this one.
Hard though.
NFL Blitz on the PS1. Definitely an honorable mention. Cold arcade game. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
Cut him off. Right?
I said sorry.
How you get back into it?
Yeah, my bad. But I didn't want to lose that because I'm like, man, that was a great game.
Nah, that was a good game.
Yeah. Anything you can think of too? That was another honorable mention.
Nah.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Is that PS1? Because I know it's Dreamcast, but Marvel's Capcom, the original. Yeah. Okay.
X-Men: Children of
Adam. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
We slept on that one.
We did sleep on that one.
I ain't really played PS1.
I was more of an N64 guy myself.
Yeah, N64, yeah, for sure.
Now
But that's for another episode.
We talking about 64.
That's another episode. But anywho, Chris, why don't you close this out, man?
All right, so that is the most pivotal, the greatest hits of the PS1 generation. If you guys have any inputs of your own, go ahead and write it down in the comments. We would like to read them. What you think was the most pivotal games of that system?
Final Fantasy 9.
Final Fantasy 9 is great. There you go. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. If you guys didn't like the video, just go to the next video and give that one a thumbs down. And just let the autoplay take you away from us, And
don't forget also to like and subscribe. Subscribe to the channel, man. We appreciate everybody that comments, shows us love, man. We appreciate our special guests for these past 2 episodes.
And you got a channel too. Shout out. What's your
you can check me out on YouTube. Subscribe to my channel at BOG Gaming.
Okay.
You can cop the merch if you like the merch at www.be-og.com. Catch me on Instagram at be_OG_KT.
You got a Twitter and a Facebook?
Nah. That's it, man.
Hey,
I'm kind of jealous of that blue merch though.
Nice. Copy. Go ahead.
Next time I come on here, man, I'm gonna have some stuff for y'all, man.
Just make sure it fits me, man, because I
sure.
can't breathe.
I
Give him a double XL.
Yeah,
I can't breathe.
𝐥𝐢𝐤𝐤 did you in.
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all for stopping through, man. To the next one. Video Game Chase Crew.
Out.
We out. Peace.